hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, hit that like, comment, and share button. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, you are now tuned into the Investor Show. As always, this is your gracious host, the Prince of Investing, Prince Dykes, coming to you guys and girls live all the way from the beautiful city and state of Denver, Colorado. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment button, and as always, I don't have a lot of time, and I definitely know you guys and girls don't have a lot of time, so we're going to jump straight into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you guys and girls today that Bitcoin has officially wiped away its 2021 gains. Can you believe that? Bitcoin started the year on January 2nd of this year. Bitcoin started at about $32,000. I go by January 2nd because January 1st was a holiday and the market was not open. The Bitcoin market was open, but not the regular exchange market. But even if you go back to January 1st, Bitcoin started out at $29,000. And can you believe Bitcoin now is back to where it was in 2021? The reason why that is crazy to believe, I remember we had an episode of oil, how Uncle James came onto the show and he was talking about how oil will outperform Bitcoin in 2021. And, you know, I mostly brought him onto the show and said, hey, you know, this guy's crazy. What are you talking about, man? Bitcoin was the hottest thing. Bitcoin was the thing that everybody talked about that said would outperform everything. But yeah, it has officially right now has wiped away all of its potential gains for 2021. Pretty crazy to say. So now let's look into the market. Now, one thing that nobody's paying attention to is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity stocks and automobile stocks have had an awesome year. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Ford, General Motors, CrowdStrike, Fortnite are now taking the lead. Now we know cybersecurity is something that I always believed in. That was one of my big things last year. Cybersecurity and green energy was my top two companies last year. But cybersecurity, the reason why it came into the forefront, and I knew it would come into the forefront because I work abreast to it. I'm pretty close to that industry. Plus, also on top of that, as we know, our banking is online. Our banking is online. Our life is online nowadays. Our everything is online. Our finances, our healthcare, everything is online nowadays. And as we grow and grow more and more online, you're going to need more and more security. So when you look at a company like, let's look at the ETF hack. That's right, HACK. HACK is the ETF for cybersecurity. Now, I've been holding on to hack for a while now. Now I want to give me a hack stock price. Let me see what hack stock price is. Stock price. I'll give me 1 second. I'm pulling up. There we go. It's at $60 today. I think I brought it. It was like 50 something dollars. Beginning of the year, it wasn't doing too awesome. It had a nice little dip. So you got to think about it. Opened up the year at $58. And then, you know, it took a smooth little dip all the way down to about 53. And now it's at $60. But as of late, you're looking at yesterday, it went up $7 as of late yesterday. Now you got to think about all the hacks that has been happening. You know, you got to look at those, the pipes and all type of things that gotten hacked recently. And every time something gets hacked on a major level, you see the government turn around and push more money into cybersecurity. And I think cybersecurity companies will benefit from it. Most importantly, when I looked at the finances of cybersecurity companies cost little to nothing to run. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know it costs money to run, but once you look at it, once you have it doesn't cost, the overhead is not a lot, right? The overhead is not a lot when you look at cybersecurity. So, which means they have a high retained earnings, strong finances, because they have a high retained earnings, because all they have to do is provide a couple resources online to protect people, and it doesn't cost a whole lot of money. Like for example, Walmart have a bunch of grocery stores, they have a bunch of buildings, lights, water, gas, all that type of things like that. Cyber is one of those fields that the overhead is very low, and they pour in a lot of money. So cyber stocks has had an amazing year, not an amazing year, but has had a nice little comeback here in the last couple months. Now, the next one is, when you look at it, is automobile companies. Ladies and gentlemen, automobile companies. When you look at automobile companies, you're seeing there's no secret that Ford and GM are having a great year so far. Surprisingly, I did not catch Ford and GM. Ford was a stock that I liked for so long, and then I felt it was so cheap for a while. It paid a high dividend, but then Ford got into the position where it was paying a high dividend, but the stock price kept declining. And I said, yeah, the dividends are good, but the stock price is declining. I need to get out of here. And I did. I did get out of Ford. And now you're looking in 2021, surprisingly, out of everybody, Ford is having a great year. Now, the reason why you're seeing automobile companies like Ford and GM having a great year, because you're seeing there's a shortage of used cars. There's a shortage of chips. So when the shortage of chips happen, the supply goes down on new cars. There's a shortage of used cars because we talked about this in previous episodes. Repossessions are not really happening. Rental cars are trying to buy. Repossessions are not happening because when people repossess a car, when companies repossess a car, they put their car back on the market as a used car. Hertz and companies like that, rental car companies, they usually buy new cars, use them, then sell them. But, during the pandemic, a lot of rental car companies gave away their cars, and now they're trying to draw them back in. So there's a high demand for used cars right now. Plus, you're looking at, we're going to talk about inflation here in a second. There's a lot of money that was pushed into the market. And when this money is pushed into the market, I think it is increasing the price of goods. So more people are wanting used cars. The price of used cars have gone up. We saw, if you tuned into the show here, backed by the Consumer Price Index report that we read about a week or two ago, we saw the highest consumer price in the Consumer Price Index is inflation. And the highest area inflation took off in was the used car arena. This is put in great position for Ford and GM. So Ford and GM has had a great year, has been benefiting from this, right? Now let's get into inflation starting to set in. Now, as inflation sets in, I already talked about this a million times. The companies that I'm looking at the consumer discretionary items. The consumer discretionary items, your things like your retail, which is like Walmart, your Amazons, because guess what? We're all going to have to go into grocery stores and eat. And we're probably going to go into the larger retailers, which is our Amazon, who owns Whole Food. Don't forget, Amazon owns Whole Food, and also Walmart is a major one, and Amazon is a major player because of its online presence as well. So I think that that retail and consumer discretionary places is where we will see the most inflation. Well, not the most inflation. I think that's where most of this money will be pushed. We just push trillions of dollars into the market. Where would it go? And I think we will see it in consumer prices. Like I told people, it sounds crazy when I say this, and it is crazy when I say this. I'm not saying inflation is a good thing and we need to have inflation. No, I'm not saying that. I understand that. But I do think as prices of goods and services go up, now granted, just because the prices are high does not mean that the profits are high. But we're going to spend more money into these particular places. These companies are probably going to raise their prices because the demand is going up. Our supply is going down. You go into your places like Home Depot and Lowe's, you're seeing they're having a problem with their supply chain. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can see as inflation sets in, we're going to see companies are going to start to increase their revenue. I just hate to say it, but they're going to have to increase their revenue because that's what inflation does. So I think the place is going to benefit from that. It's consumer discretionary. But right now, you're seeing cybersecurity is slowly coming after everybody that they didn't know. The automobile industry is slowly coming back. And green energy is still there. I'm still a believer in green energy. It's not, 2020, that was a big in phase, did great numbers for me. And also ICLN did great numbers for me, but they're not doing so many great numbers as of late. But I think this is why we're seeing stocks. Can you believe that the stock market has overtaken Bitcoin? Most importantly, oil. I'm gonna have to replay that episode back in that Uncle James said back in January. He was saying that oil will outperform Bitcoin, and we all laughed. He came on live. We thought it was crazy. And right now in June, he's laughing at everybody else and saying, "Hey, I told you guys." So one of the companies came on and talked about. He talked about BPT. I'm going to pull it up. He talked about BPT. They had an amazing day yesterday. Oil outperforming Bitcoin. Who can believe that? Let's put that up on the stream. Oil overtakes Bitcoin, right? 1 second. Y'all give me 1 second. For 2021, we're 6 months in. Of course, by the end of this episode, not oil, but Bitcoin could be $10,000. Not 10,000. It can go up $10,000. I meant to say. But we're going to put this in. Now, right here, this is something crazy. In January of this year, Uncle James came onto the episode and he said that, "Hey, Prince, oil will outperform Bitcoin." We all laughed. "Oh, this guy's crazy." And the company he brought up was a company by BPT, which is Bravo. Oh my God, Bravo Papa Tango. That's the alphabet for that. So BPT, I have it pulled up on the screen. Is $5.62, right? So when he came onto the show, I want to say it was around $2 or something like that. Yeah, at the beginning of the year, it was at $2.68. This thing has gone up all the way to $5. And I think when he came in the episode, it was like $2. And, now it's $5, easily over doubling itself, over 120, 50% value. Did I buy any? No, I did not buy any. I don't own any. And because I really didn't, I thought it was a little crazy, but I always kept an eye on it. I watched it. And so I kept an eye on Bitcoin as well. And, over time, we're looking at companies like Gush and oil, oil prices are going up. And I can't believe it. He was right. Bitcoin has, within 6 months, wiped away all of its 2021 gains so far as we roll into July. And oil has been slowly on the uptick. So far this year, this BPT is up 109%. That's crazy, right? So that's kind of crazy when you're watching this. Just bringing this to your awareness on the market. I'm going to see what y'all say in the comments before I roll out of here on this bright early morning. Hey, Lucky's moms. How's it doing, Lucky's mom? Where's my Lucky's mom? Thank you for tuning in there. Lucky's mom, she says, "Good morning, Prince and everyone." She's down there in Duval County. Pete for Life, he says, "Good morning." He's out of Phoenix, Arizona. What's going on, Pete for Life? Lucky's mom tell me I had no sound earlier. Glad I got that fixed. LK Raw, what's going on, LK Raw? And Lucky's mom says, "Yes, I've invested in the cybersecurity stocks, KNBE, and it has doubled so far." I think that's KNBE. Nice. Congratulations, KNB doubling. Always good to make some money. Tilla is saying good morning. Also we have Angelo. He says, "Good morning, Prince." Angelo, what's going on, my guy? AMC. Angelo, he's the AMC guy. All right. Carol says, "Good morning." Carol Reed also says, "I figure oil and cars was going to go up, go into Shell and AB, Exxon, Ford, etc." Yes, oil and cars have gone up. It's easy to say that now in June, but Uncle James was saying this back in January. And on top of that, to see Bitcoin kind of go down. Groceries are having supply chain issues too. They are. And I think they're going to push up the price. She said, "I can hear it now. It was only in the beginning. Thank you, though." Okay. Yeah, that is true. But yes, this BPT company has taken off. And HACK, HACK. Let me tell y'all a company that I invest in personally when it comes to cybersecurity. The one I hold is CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike right now, it is $237. So far this year, it started off rough, but it kind of bounced back. It started out at $200. I mean, last year was just crazy for this particular company, but it's up 37% right now. It's going up $37, 18% so far this year. This is the one I have. And the one that has the strongest finances that I have seen so far is Fortinet. I think it's Fortinet. I think it is. Yeah, Fortinet stock. So Fortinet stock is at $237 as well, and it has gone up 63%. This is one I should have been more patient on. It was at $100 something, and I had to choose between CrowdStrike and Fortinet. And CrowdStrike had way more momentum than Fortinet, but Fortinet was way stronger fundamentally. So I was with Fortinet for a while. I finally left Fortinet, went to CrowdStrike, and lo and behold, look at Fortinet has trucked it up 63% so far this year. So those are my two companies right there that I like. CrowdStrike had strong momentum in 2020, and Fortinet now, you're looking at it now, is super strong fundamentally. And now I'm glad to see it has caught momentum. So great year for cybersecurity so far. And also, yeah, let me see what y'all saying before I roll out of here. Somebody said my thoughts on AMC. My particular thought, Angelo, he's a pretty big investor in the AMC. He's logged in right now. But I watch it. I stay away from it. I'm not too involved with AMC. I don't like any of the crowds to pump up and things like that. I don't believe in the fundamentals. I'm not a person of, when I look at that industry, I don't know how theaters will fare up in the next 5 to 10 years. Do I think people will go back to the theaters? Do I think they always will be here? Yes. But I believe they're more on a downtrend than an uptrend. So with that thought process, I'm not a day trader. So when I look at the thought process, I'm not interested in investing in it if I don't believe in your future. So I personally believe that AMC was on a downward trend before the market came in. And I know the apes are taking it over. I don't want them to jump into my comments and call me crazy. But I just don't believe in this particular future. I'm just thinking to myself, before it was another company that I did, Easy for Life, I think your name. It was another company called, it's a REIT. It's a REIT out there that AMC does not own the movie theaters. It only owns about 5 movie theaters, I think. Out of the 800, it owned like 5. Then it leases the other 800, and it leases the majority from REITs, real estate investment trusts. And I can't remember the REIT off the top of my head, but we did an episode about that. And I would be more interested in investing into the companies that own the real estate of the movie theaters than the actual movie theaters themselves, because I think that trend, we're on a downward trend. That's my personal opinion. All right. Carol Reed said, doing good on RDSBA and RDSB Shell Oil. I'm in California. Congratulations, Ms. Carol Reed. Oil has came back. I did not believe in it, and I was wrong. I was definitely wrong on oil. I did not see it. Easy for Life said, I was saying that about Crowd. I had it at $100. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. You had it at $100, and he probably said he could have been a little bit more patient. But I did keep Crowd. I had Crowd in Fortnite, and Crowd, even though Crowd was not profitable, but I just saw Fortnite. I just saw Crowd taking off. Fortnite was strong fundamentally, but it didn't have the momentum, and I left it. And I'm like, man, I mean, I can't be mad about it, because I can't complain about I can't complain about my position. So Easy for Life. Yeah, that's what I think about AMC. He says, thanks, Prince. Yeah, that's what I think about AMC. First, I got to look at the fundamentals, and I would be more interested in the real estate investment trust that actually owns that are the landlords for a lot of movie theaters versus the AMC itself. I don't know. I know people, it would always be around, but I don't think it's on an upward trend. That's my personal opinion. So, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be today's episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. Until the next video, podcast, cartoon, or whatever else crazy y'all see me do around the globe. My name is Prince Dykes. This is the Investor Show. Peace. Be safe. I'm out. Thank you.